comes the rain. 14 3/4. La 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 la. I fished 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots this morning to finally stick a fish. I had one perch over there early. This big west wind has been pretty gnarly, so I'm kind of tucking out of the way, but he was right there. Back-to-back cast. I haven't even had a chance to turn the camera back on yet. Yeah. 20 inches. What a stud. What a stud. Oh. Giant perch to start the morning. It's huge. How far would I have to hold that out? This far. I missed one earlier in that drift that felt pretty wally, pretty pin it right to the bottom, and I come up and he was not quite there. But it's loaded with them right here. We're gonna get them. Chilly out here this morning. Air temps in the 40s. Lake cooled off to 60.4. Two perch and 2 casts. Thumpy thump thump, he thumped it. Thumpy thump thump, thumped it on the way down. Next pass sliding out, but I have a pretty good picture right here. Yeah, you're inside of me there. 19 inches, baby. Walleye.
Hey, watch this go!
Thank you! That was pretty cool. Guy just going by in the boat, screams out, "I love your show!" Oh, there's two, there's two, there's two. Good one too. He is a good one. He's a dandy. 17 and a half. Beautiful keeper. Ah, female. Look, she's still got something hanging out of her. Oh, that's pretty awesome. With these walleyes, I don't care what bait you're using. Blades, jigs, jigging wraps. It's one thing when you come up on the jig and there's weight there. That means they've pinned it to the bottom and they've watched it do whatever it's doing and they grab it. So far, all 3 of these fish this morning, it's coming up off the bottom, and as it's gliding back down, they're attacking it. And you can feel it like that. I mean, it's unmistakable, and then it's just a matter of quick catching up your slack and sticking them. But that little thump is the exciting part. They say the tug is the drug. Well, that's the truth. That's the truth for me. I'm just casting it right straight downwind to myself. As soon as it hits the water, I close my bail and I'm watching my line. It just hit the bottom. So I'm just snapping that tip. I might only be moving, I got my rod at a 45-degree angle. I might only be moving it a foot on a slack line, and I snap it up, and And that's just how you work it back. At least that's what I'm doing this morning. The idea on a slack line is that that bait pops off the bottom as opposed to just pulling off the bottom. That's 2 keepers and 1 short in the first drift. I'll take it. Ah, he was way out there at the beginning of that drift. No, it's a smallmouth. Smallmouth and a jigging wrap. Right on. Oh, shit. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Oh, that was awesome. It was awesome. He jumped right here at the side of the boat and went and threw this thing at me. I gotta take a second and retie this because I don't want to lose it. 18 inches. That's keeper number 3. Boy, he smashed that. Thunk! Holy shit, look at the osprey right there. Okay, that was 3 times I just tried to do that with the net. .5, second short of the morning. He spined me pretty good, which I guess I deserve for sticking a hook in his face. So I'm watching this osprey fly by right there, and it's fairly close, but it's high, and I can hear they chirp. I don't know how to explain it. It's really high. And I thought I heard it over here, and I look, and there's another one right there. And just as I go, wow, look at the osprey. Don't. I love it. Netting your own fish is a challenge. A challenge. Even on short walleyes. He comes up, I see he's only lip hooked with the treble. I'm like, ah. And then he starts flopping around. I get the net down there, and I proceed to miss him twice. On the 3rd time, luckily enough, on the 3rd time I got him in the net. But you know, and it's funny, those jigging wraps, they got a hook on the front and the rear and one underneath, so there's all kinds of opportunity to get something stuck in something. And every fish you hook on these jigging wraps out here in open water is a complete challenge to get them to the net anyway, because they are they're not the best lure to have a fish on. I mean, you can change them. I know guys have put, you know, a ball bearing swivel underneath in the belly hook with a little bit bigger treble and let it hang down a little more. You know, they've cut the nose hooks off. You know, those moonshine jigging wraps are, they got a bigger rear hook, which I really like. But I'll be honest with you, here lately, they're just not catching as many fish. The Rapala jigging wrap is the one that they're eating. And honestly, that Rapala jigging wrap is the one I like the least, just because of hook size. So it's a real challenge every time you want to try and land one of these things. You can't put a lot of pressure on them, but I guess I shouldn't complain when they're biting them. I tried getting them on other stuff this morning, and They don't want it. I've tried getting them on other Jigging wrap colors this morning. They don't want it. They want one for me. And it looks, I was telling Todd this morning, he's out here with clients. I said, in the old days, there used to be a Rebel stick bait that was a walleye pattern. And then Bomber made one too that was a fish pattern, but it had a white belly on it. And that's what this Jigging wrap is. It's a, I'll call it a walleye pattern, and it's real dark green, and maybe it looks like a goby to them, I don't know. But it's got a white belly. And yesterday, right at the end, when I finally hit a few fish, they loved it. Everything but one this morning has come on it. So it got that white belly. Oh ho ho! Mecca lecca hi! Mecca hi ni ho! He was there, and then he was gone. Farmer Brown! When the giant walleye bites on your Jigging Rapala, you're supposed to set the hook, dum-dum, and not go, oh, there's one. The first appearance by Mr. Sunfish this year. Look at that. In the sun too, how pretty. I'll say something extremely controversial right now. That, my friends, is the best eating fish that swims in this lake. Better than walleye, better than perch. And we get some sunfish that you would not believe how big they are in here. Later on in the summer, when I do a little bit more pulling worm harnesses, I catch a lot of them, and they're bigger than my hand. They'll go 9, 10, 11 inches. And this summer I'll have to do a catch and clean video and cook with them. You can do them a couple different ways. My grandpa used to take the heads off, the fins, the scales, gut them, and then leave the rest of them whole on the bone, batter the whole thing and deep fry them. And you'd pick it right off. You eat like an ear of corn. You take your fork and you just peel that meat right off the bone. Man, they're sweet, delicious, better than crappie. They're the best. If you've never had a big plate of sunfish before, you're missing out. That's a wrap, folks. That'll do it. Fun morning. Aggressive walleyes that were not shy about hitting that Jigging wrap on the way down. Thunk. Every one of them today you could feel thunk. As soon as you felt that thunk, reel down to them and stick them. It was awesome. A lot of fun. All right. Thank you. As always, I got to go to work now. Keep your tip up.